The Abyss Explorer. The hatch of the Nautilus II, a sleek, state-of-the-art mini-submarine, hissed as it sealed shut behind Aria Voss. She adjusted her headset, her breath steady but laced with anticipation. The ocean stretched endlessly beyond the reinforced glass dome of the cockpit, a world of mystery and pressure waiting to be explored. At 32, Aria was no stranger to adventure, mountains scaled, jungles traversed, but the deep sea was a frontier that called to her like no other. Today, her mission was to chart a course through the Great Barrier Reef and beyond, diving deeper than most dared, to document the ocean's wonders and its giants for a global research initiative. The Nautilus II hummed to life, its propulsion system purring as Aria maneuvered it away from the research vessel bobbing on the surface. The Australian sun glinted off the waves above, but as the sub descended, the light fractured into shimmering beams, then faded into a twilight blue. Her destination, the Great Barrier Reef, the planet's largest coral ecosystem, a living mosaic of color and life. The Great Barrier Reef, a living masterpiece. At 200 meters, the Nautilus II leveled out, and Aria's breath caught. The Great Barrier Reef unfurled before her, a kaleidoscope of coral spires, branching staghorns, and brain-like formations glowing in hues of turquoise, violet, and gold. Schools of parrotfish darted through the water, their scales flashing like gemstones. Anemones swayed gently, their tentacles hosting clownfish that peeked out with curious eyes. The reef was a city of life, stretching over 2,300 kilometers along Australia's northeastern coast, composed of more than 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands. Scientifically, the Great Barrier Reef is a calcium carbonate structure built by tiny coral polyps, animals no larger than a grain of rice. These polyps secrete limestone skeletons, forming the foundation of the reef over millennia. Aria noted the symbiotic relationship between the polyps and zooxanthellae, microscopic algae living within their tissues. These algae, through photosynthesis, provide up to 90% of the coral's energy, giving the reef its vibrant colors. Yet, Aria's instruments also registered troubling signs: patches of bleached coral, white and skeletal, a result of rising ocean temperatures disrupting this symbiosis. Since the 1980s, mass bleaching events have increased, with a 2020 study reporting that over 50% of the reef had been affected by bleaching due to climate change. As Aria piloted the sub along a coral wall, she marveled at its biodiversity. The reef supports over 1,500 fish species, 400 types of coral, and countless invertebrates. A hawksbill turtle glided past, its patterned shell catching the sub's floodlights. Aria logged its presence, noting that hawksbills are critically endangered, their populations declining due to habitat loss and illegal trade. The reef wasn't just beautiful, it was a critical ecosystem, providing nurseries for fish, protecting coastal mangroves, and generating billions in tourism and fishing revenue annually. Into the deep, encountering ocean giants. Aria's mission required her to dive deeper, beyond the reef's shallow terraces, to explore the twilight zone where the ocean's largest creatures roamed. She engaged the Nautilus II's thrusters, descending to 1,000 meters. The water darkened, pressure mounting against the sub's titanium hull, designed to withstand forces exceeding 1,000 atmospheres. Here, in the mesopelagic zone, light was scarce, and the ocean's giants ruled. The blue whale, sovereign of the seas. A shadow loomed ahead, vast and graceful. Aria's sonar pinged, confirming her suspicion: a blue whale, Balanoptera musculus, the largest animal ever to live on Earth. Its sleek, mottled blue-gray body stretched nearly 30 meters, longer than the Nautilus II. Its heart alone, Aria knew, weighed as much as a car, pumping blood through a body that could reach 200 tons. As it glided past, its flukes moved with deceptive ease, propelling it at speeds up to 50 kilometers per hour when needed. Blue whales are baleen whales, filter feeders that consume up to 4 tons of krill daily through plates of keratin in their mouths. Aria watched as the whale's throat pleats expanded, a sign it was gulping water to strain for food. Their vocalizations, low-frequency moans reaching 188 decibels, can travel hundreds of kilometers underwater, a fact Aria confirmed as her hydrophones picked up a distant, haunting call. Despite their size, blue whales are endangered, their populations reduced to 10,000 to 25,000 from a pre-whaling estimate of 200,000, largely due to 20th-century hunting. The giant squid, phantom of the deep. As Aria descended to 1,500 meters, the water grew inky, and her floodlights caught a flicker of movement. Her pulse quickened. A giant squid, Archaeothus dux, emerged from the gloom. Its body, nearly 14 meters long including its tentacles, was a pale, ghostly white, with eyes the size of dinner plates. Each eye, up to 27 centimeters in diameter, is the largest in the animal kingdom, evolved to detect faint bioluminescent flashes in the deep. The squid's 2 longest tentacles, lined with hundreds of suckers rimmed with chitinous hooks, lashed out as it pursued a deep-sea fish. Aria noted its jet propulsion system. Water expelled from a siphon allowed it to move with startling speed. Giant squids are elusive, rarely seen alive, with most knowledge coming from beached specimens or stomach contents of sperm whales, their primary predators. Their beak, the only hard part of their body, is razor-sharp, capable of crushing prey like deep-sea crabs. Scientists estimate their population is stable but unknown, as they inhabit depths up to 2,000 meters, making study difficult. The whale shark, gentle titan. At 2,000 meters, Aria's sub entered a current carrying nutrient-rich waters, and a massive shape materialized, a whale shark, Rincodon typus. This gentle giant, measuring 12 meters, swam with a slow, undulating grace, its mouth agape to filter plankton and small fish. Its spotted, checkerboard patterned skin shimmered under the sub's lights, each spot unique like a fingerprint. Whale sharks, the largest fish in the ocean, can weigh up to 20 tons, yet their diet consists of microscopic organisms, filtered through gill rakers. Aria logged their slow metabolism, which allows them to live up to 70 years, and their migratory patterns, tracked via satellite tags revealing journeys across entire ocean basins. Despite their size, they pose no threat to humans, their tiny teeth vestigial. However, they are vulnerable, listed as endangered due to overfishing and bycatch, with populations declining by over 50% in some regions since the 1980s. The abyss and beyond. As Aria piloted the Nautilus II deeper, past 3,000 meters into the bathypelagic zone, the reef and its giants faded into memory. The pressure here was crushing, the darkness absolute save for bioluminescent flickers from anglerfish and xenophyophores. Her mission wasn't just to observe but to understand the ocean's role in Earth's climate and biodiversity. The Great Barrier Reef, with its delicate balance, and the giants she'd encountered were all part of a fragile system. Blue whales regulate plankton through feeding, whale sharks cycle nutrients across oceans, and even the elusive giant squid plays a role in the deep-sea food web. Aria's instruments recorded oxygen levels, temperature, and salinity, data critical for modeling ocean health. The deep sea, she knew, stores vast amounts of carbon, mitigating climate change, yet it faces threats from deep-sea mining and pollution. Her journey wasn't just an adventure, it was a plea to preserve this alien world beneath the waves. As the Nautilus II began its ascent, Aria felt a pang of awe and responsibility. The ocean's depths were no longer just a frontier, they were a mirror of humanity's impact. She powered up the sub's lights, illuminating a final glimpse of the abyss, a reminder that some mysteries, and their guardians, deserve to endure. Journey to the abyss. Aria Voss gripped the controls of the Nautilus II, her mini-submarine humming as it plunged deeper into the ocean's uncharted realms. Having marveled at the Great Barrier Reef and encountered the ocean's giants, her mission now propelled her into the hadal zone, the deepest reaches of Earth's oceans, where pressures exceed 1,000 atmospheres and darkness reigns absolute. Her goal: to scan the ocean floor, document the volcanic plumes that defy the abyss, and explore the bizarre life forms thriving in conditions once thought uninhabitable. The data she collected could unlock secrets not only of Earth's oceans but also of life's potential on distant worlds. Descending into the hadal zone. The Nautilus II descended past 6,000 meters, entering the Mariana Trench, the deepest known point on Earth at nearly 11,000 meters. The sub's titanium hull creaked under the crushing pressure, equivalent to 1,000 elephants standing on a single point. Aria's floodlights barely pierced the inky void, revealing a desolate seascape of silty sediment and jagged rock. Her sonar pinged, mapping the trench's rugged terrain, cliffs, canyons, and plateaus sculpted by tectonic forces over millions of years. The ocean floor here is a realm of extremes. Temperatures hover near 1 degree Celsius, yet hydrothermal vents, or volcano plumes, spew superheated water reaching 400 degrees Celsius, rich in minerals like sulfur, methane, and iron. Aria guided the sub toward a vent field, her sensors detecting chemical signatures in the water. The vents appeared as towering chimneys, some 10 meters tall, belching black clouds of mineral-laden fluid, aptly named black smokers. These structures form when seawater seeps into the Earth's crust, heats up via magma, and erupts back, precipitating minerals that build chimney-like formations. Life in the abyss, defying the dark. Against all odds, life thrived here, independent of sunlight. Aria's cameras captured a surreal ecosystem. Tube worms, their crimson plumes swaying like alien flowers, grew in dense clusters around the vents. These Rifschapachytula worms, some 2 meters long, lack digestive systems, relying instead on symbiotic bacteria in their tissues. These bacteria perform chemosynthesis, converting vent chemicals like hydrogen sulfide into energy, much like plants use sunlight for photosynthesis. A 2017 study estimated that these bacteria support entire food webs, from worms to crabs to microbes, in a process that sustains life in total darkness. Aria noted other vent denizens, pale, eyeless shrimp, Remicaris hybisi, scuttled across the chimneys, their bodies hosting similar chemosynthetic bacteria. Vent clams, with shells encrusted in mineral deposits, burrowed into the sediment. These organisms thrive in conditions lethal to most life: high pressure, toxic chemicals, and scalding temperatures, demonstrating life's adaptability. Aria logged the biodiversity, marveling at how these ecosystems mirror potential life on icy moons like Europa, Jupiter, or Enceladus, Saturn. These moons harbor subsurface oceans, and spacecraft like Cassini have detected plumes of water and methane erupting from Enceladus, suggesting hydrothermal activity similar to Earth's vents. If chemosynthesis supports life here, it could do so on these distant worlds, where sunlight never reaches. The alien glow, bioluminescence and deep-sea fish. As Aria maneuvered the Nautilus II away from the vents, her floodlights caught flashes of light, bioluminescence, the ocean's ghostly glow. In the hadal zone, where sunlight is a memory, many creatures produce their own light via chemical reactions involving luciferin and luciferase enzymes. This light serves multiple purposes: attracting prey, deterring predators, or communicating in the dark. A female anglerfish, Melanocetus johnsoni, drifted into view, its grotesque beauty captivating Aria. Its bulbous body, no larger than a football, sported a bioluminescent lure, a modified dorsal spine called an esker, dangling before its gaping mouth. The esker glowed with a soft, eerie green, powered by symbiotic bacteria. Aria noted the angler's extreme sexual dimorphism: males, tiny and parasitic, fused to the female's body, becoming little more than sperm providers. The angler's teeth, sharp and curved inward, ensure prey like small fish or squid don't escape. Its stomach can expand to swallow prey twice its size, a necessity in the food-scarce deep. Studies suggest anglerfish can live up to 20 years, their bioluminescence evolving to exploit the darkness. Another flicker caught Aria's eye, a viperfish, Scoliodus sloani, its needle-like teeth glinting. This 30 cm predator uses a photophore-lined body to flash light, luring prey into its jaws. Its hinged lower jaw can unhinge to swallow large meals, and its bioluminescence, produced by photophores along its belly, creates a counter-illumination effect, camouflaging it from predators below. Aria's sensors recorded its rapid movements, capable of short bursts up to 2 meters per second, a testament to its predatory prowess. A siphonophore, resembling a glowing string of pearls, floated past, its colonial structure comprising specialized zooids for feeding, movement, and reproduction. Some siphonophores stretch over 40 meters, longer than a blue whale, their bioluminescent pulses coordinating their actions. Aria marveled at their ethereal beauty, noting that bioluminescence is found in over 90% of deep-sea species, a survival strategy in a world without light. The unexplored ocean, mysteries yet to unravel. Aria's scans revealed only a fraction of the ocean floor's secrets. Despite advances in submersible technology, less than 25% of the global seafloor has been mapped in high resolution, according to a 2023 NOAA report. The hadal zone, comprising trenches like the Mariana, Kermadec, and Tonga, remains particularly enigmatic. Over 400 hadal species have been identified, yet new discoveries occur with every dive. In 2021, a new snailfish species was found at 8,000 meters, its translucent body adapted to extreme pressure. The ocean's vastness, covering 71% of Earth's surface, hides countless mysteries, from undiscovered species to geological features like uncharted seamounts. The Nautilus II sonar pinged an anomaly, a potential new vent field, its chemical signature distinct. Aria logged its coordinates, knowing exploration would require another mission. The ocean's unexplored regions fuel speculation. Could ancient, extinct species like megalodon still lurk in uncharted depths? While unlikely, the discovery of living coelacanths, once thought extinct for 66 million years, keeps such possibilities alive. Artifacts like shipwrecks, lost civilizations, or even microbial life with novel biochemistries could await discovery. Life beyond Earth, a cosmic connection. The thriving ecosystems around hydrothermal vents bolster the case for extraterrestrial life. Europa's subsurface ocean, estimated at 100 kilometers deep, may host vents similar to Earth's, driven by tidal heating from Jupiter's gravity. Enceladus's plumes contain organic compounds, hinting at chemical energy sources. Aria reflected on how these earthly analogues suggest life could exist without sunlight, relying on chemosynthesis. NASA's upcoming Europa Clipper mission, set for 2030, aims to probe these possibilities, using data from Earth's deep oceans as a guide. As the Nautilus II began its ascent, Aria's screens glowed with images of glowing fish, vent worms, and uncharted terrain. The ocean's depths were a testament to life's resilience, a mirror to the cosmos. She felt a surge of purpose. Her journey wasn't just about Earth's mysteries but about humanity's place in the universe. The abyss, with its glowing creatures and hidden worlds, whispered that the unknown, here and beyond, was worth exploring. The ocean's pulse. Aria Voss steadied the Nautilus II at 4,000 meters, the hum of its systems a faint comfort in the crushing darkness of the mesopelagic zone. Having explored the vibrant Great Barrier Reef, encountered ocean giants, and probed the hadal zone's volcanic vents, the mission now turned to the ocean's unsung heroes, plankton and the myriad small creatures that sustain life on Earth. Her instruments whirred, collecting data on the delicate systems that make the ocean the planet's lifeblood, and she marveled at their fragility and critical importance. The ocean, she knew, was not just a frontier but the foundation of life as we know it. Plankton, the ocean's powerhouse. As the Nautilus II's filters sampled the water, Aria's screens displayed a microscopic universe, plankton, the foundation of the marine food web. Plankton, derived from the Greek word for drifter, are organisms too small or weak to swim against currents. They fall into two main categories: phytoplankton, plant-like, and zooplankton, animal-like. Aria's microscope feed revealed diatoms, their silica shells glinting like tiny jewels, and inner flagellates, their whip-like flagella propelling them in spirals. These phytoplankton, though microscopic, are Earth's primary oxygen producers. Phytoplankton perform photosynthesis, using sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into oxygen and glucose. A 2015 study estimated that they generate 50 to 80% of Earth's oxygen, outpacing all terrestrial forests combined. Prochlorocarpus, a cyanobacterium smaller than a micron, is the most abundant photosynthetic organism on Earth, with populations numbering in the octillions. Aria's sensors detected their chlorophyll fluorescence, a faint green glow in the water column. These tiny cells, thriving in the sunlit upper 200 meters, absorb 10% of global atmospheric CO2, acting as a critical carbon sink. Their oxygen output sustains not just marine life but every breath taken on land. Zooplankton, like copepods and krill, feed on phytoplankton, transferring energy up the food chain to fish, whales, and seabirds. Aria watched a swarm of copepods, each no larger than a rice grain, darting through the water. These crustaceans, numbering billions per cubic kilometer, are a dietary staple for creatures like the blue whale she'd seen earlier. Their fecal pellets sink, sequestering carbon to the deep sea, a process known as the biological pump. A 2020 study quantified this pump as removing 12 billion metric tons of carbon annually, mitigating climate change. The ocean's role in sustaining life. The ocean's influence extends far beyond plankton. Aria's instruments logged its role in regulating Earth's climate, chemistry, and biodiversity. Covering 71% of the planet's surface, the ocean absorbs 25% of anthropogenic CO2 emissions and 90% of excess heat from global warming, according to a 2023 IPCC report. This buffering capacity stabilizes temperatures but comes at a cost: ocean acidification. As CO2 dissolves, it forms carbonic acid, lowering pH and threatening shell-building organisms like corals and pteropods. Aria noted a pH drop of 0.1 units since pre-industrial times, a 30% increase in acidity that weakens the calcium carbonate structures of the Great Barrier Reef sheet explored. The ocean also drives global currents through thermohaline circulation, powered by differences in temperature and salinity. These currents, like the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation, distribute heat and nutrients, sustaining fisheries that feed 3 billion people annually. Aria's sensors detected nutrient upwelling near the trench, where deep waters rise, filling plankton blooms that support entire ecosystems. Yet, these systems are fragile. Overfishing, pollution, and climate change disrupt currents and deplete fish stocks, with 34% of global fisheries overexploited, per a 2022 FAO report. Biodiversity is another cornerstone. The ocean hosts 230,000 known species, with estimates suggesting millions more undiscovered. Coral reefs, mangroves, and seagrass beds, coastal, blue carbon ecosystems, store carbon 5 times more efficiently than terrestrial forests. Aria's earlier scans of the reef confirmed its role as a nursery for juvenile fish, protecting coastlines from erosion. But these habitats face existential threats. 50% of mangroves have been lost since the 1950s, and seagrass beds decline by 7% annually due to coastal development and pollution. Small wonders, overlooked deep-sea creatures. As the Nautilus II hovered above the ocean floor, Aria's floodlights illuminated creatures rarely celebrated but vital to the ecosystem. A sea cucumber, Holofuria forscali, inched along the sediment, its leathery body vacuuming detritus. These echinoderms, often ignored, are the ocean's janitors, recycling organic matter and aerating sediment. Their digestion of detritus supports microbial communities, which in turn feed larger organisms. Aria noted their resilience. Some species survive at 10,000 meters, but also their vulnerability to deep-sea mining, which scars their habitat. A cluster of glass sponges, Hexactinellida, caught her eye, their silica skeletons forming intricate lattices. These ancient animals, some living over 10,000 years, filter bacteria from the water, processing up to 1,000 liters daily per sponge. Their spicules, sharp and needle-like, deter predators, while their structure provides habitat for tiny crustaceans. Aria logged their slow growth, centimeters per century, making them highly susceptible to disturbance. A 2019 study warned that deep-sea mining could wipe out entire sponge reefs, disrupting these microecosystems. Nearby, a colony of xenophyophores, single-celled organisms the size of a fist, dotted the sediment. These protists build shells from mineral particles, creating microhabitats for other microbes. Aria scans confirmed their role in carbon cycling, as they trap organic matter in their tests, shells. Despite their size, they are among the most abundant organisms in the deep sea, yet their diversity remains largely unstudied due to the difficulty of sampling at extreme depths. A tiny amphipod, Hirondelia gigas, scuttled into view. These shrimp-like crustaceans thrive in the Mariana Trench, their bodies adapted to pressures 1,000 times atmospheric. Their enzymes, studied for biotechnological applications, break down complex organic compounds, aiding nutrient recycling. Aria noted their role as scavengers, consuming detritus that sinks from above, a critical link in the deep-sea food web. Yet, plastic debris has been found in their guts, a stark reminder of human impact even at 11,000 meters. The fragile balance and cosmic implications. The ocean's ecosystems, from plankton to amphipods, are delicately balanced. Aria reflected on their interconnectedness. Phytoplankton feed copepods, which sustain fish, which support whales and humans. Disrupt one link, say, through ocean warming killing phytoplankton, and the chain collapses. Coral bleaching, driven by temperature rises of just 1 degree Celsius, already threatens 25% of marine species. Plastic pollution, with 8 million tons entering the ocean annually, entangles wildlife and breaks down into microplastics, ingested by everything from zooplankton to whale sharks. The ocean's vast unknowns amplify its fragility. Only 25% of the seafloor is mapped in detail, and an estimated 50 to 80% of marine species remain undiscovered, per a 2024 UNESCO report. Each dive, like Aria's, reveals new species or behaviors, from bioluminescent fish to chemosynthetic microbes. These mysteries echo the potential for life elsewhere. The ocean's chemosynthetic ecosystems, like those at hydrothermal vents, suggest life could thrive on Europa's icy ocean floor, where chemical energy might replace sunlight. The resilience of deep-sea amphipods and xenophyophores hints at how life adapts to extreme conditions, informing astrobiology missions like NASA's Dragonfly to Titan. As the Nautilus II ascended, Aria's screens glowed with data, oxygen levels, carbon fluxes, and images of tiny creatures sustaining a global system. The ocean, she realized, was Earth's pulse, fragile, vital, and largely unknown. Her journey underscored a truth: protecting this blue heart was not just about saving marine life but ensuring humanity's survival. The abyss, with its microscopic heroes and hidden worlds, demanded respect and exploration, a call to preserve the mysteries that sustain us all. Perils of the abyss. The Nautilus II glided through the mesopelagic zone at 3,500 meters, its hull vibrating faintly as Aria Voss adjusted her course. Having charted the Great Barrier Reef, encountered ocean giants, explored the hadal zone's vents, and marveled at plankton's vital role, Aria now turned her mission to the ocean's darker side, its predators and dangers. The deep sea was not just a realm of wonder but a gauntlet of survival, where creatures evolved to be as terrifying as they were awe-inspiring. Her senses hummed, scanning for the ocean's most formidable denizens, ready to document their biology and the primal fear they evoked. The Humboldt squid, red devils of the deep. A sudden flurry of movement on the sonar jolted Aria's attention. Her floodlights caught a writhing mass, a squadron of Humboldt squid, Decidicus gigas, surging through the water like crimson specters. These cephalopods, nicknamed red devils, stretched up to 2 meters, their muscular bodies pulsing with iridescent red and white flashes, a bioluminescent display signaling aggression or communication. Their skin, slick and mottled, shimmered as chromatophores shifted colors rapidly, creating a hypnotic, almost alien effect. 8 powerful arms, lined with hundreds of sucker pads rimmed with chitinous hooks, thrashed in unison, while 2 longer tentacles, tipped with club-like pads, lashed out to snatch prey. Aria's cameras zoomed in on a squid's eye, a cold, black orb the size of a grapefruit, scanning the sub with unnerving intelligence. Humboldt squid are apex predators of the eastern Pacific, capable of jet propelling at 24 km per hour by expelling water through a siphon. A 2018 study documented their pack hunting behavior, with groups of up to 1,200 coordinating attacks on fish schools, shredding prey with razor-sharp beaks that can crush bone. their aggression extends to humans. Divers have reported attacks with heads-tearing wetsuits. Aria noted their metabolic rate, among the highest of cephalopods, driving their voracious appetite, consuming up to 15% of their body weight daily. The squid's bioluminescence, produced by photophores, pulsed in synchronized patterns, a tactic to disorient prey or signal pack members. Aria's hydrophones picked up rapid clicks, likely echolocation or communication, suggesting a complex social structure. Yet, their ferocity comes at a cost. Humboldt squid live only 1 to 2 years, their bodies burning out from relentless hunting. Overfishing and warming waters have expanded their range, making encounters more frequent and dangerous, with populations surging off California since the 2000s. Sharks, silent predators of the ocean. As the Nautilus II drifted into a colder current, a sleek shadow loomed, a great white shark, Carcharodon carcharias, its silhouette both majestic and menacing. At 5 meters long, its slate-gray body cut through the water, propelled by a crescent-shaped tail. Its jaws, lined with 300 serrated, triangular teeth in multiple rows, gleamed under the sub's lights, a perpetual grin of lethal precision. The shark's black eyes, unblinking and ancient, seemed to size up the sub, while its ampullae of Lorenzini, electroreceptive pores, detected the Nautilus II's faint electrical field. Great whites are apex predators, capable of bursts up to 56 km per hour, powered by a warm-blooded metabolism rare among fish. A 2020 study revealed their bite force reaches 4,000 pounds, enough to crush a seal's skull. Aria watched as the shark circled, its streamlined body slicing the water with minimal effort, a testament to 400 million years of evolution. Their olfactory system detects blood at concentrations as low as 1 part per million, guiding them to prey kilometers away. While attacks on humans are rare, averaging 5 to 10 annually, per the ISAF database, they are often fatal due to blood loss. Further along, Aria's sonar pinged a Greenland shark, Somniosus microcephalus, lurking in the darker depths. This sluggish giant, nearly 6 meters long, moved with eerie slowness, its mottled, greenish-gray skin scarred from decades of survival. Greenland sharks are among the longest-lived vertebrates, with lifespans up to 400 years, confirmed by radiocarbon dating in 2016. Their flesh, toxic with trimethylamine oxide, deters most predators, while their small, round eyes peer through the gloom, adapted to low light. Aria noted their scavenging habits, feeding on carrion or ambushing seals with surprising stealth despite speeds of only 1 km per hour. Their presence in Arctic and deep Atlantic waters underscores the ocean's range of predatory strategies. Other terrors, mind-blowing denizens. The ocean's dangers extend beyond squid and sharks. Aria's floodlights caught a lionfish, Pteris tholittans, its venomous spines fanning out like a fiery corona. Native to the Indo-Pacific but invasive in the Atlantic, lionfish have decimated reef ecosystems, consuming up to 50 fish per hour with their gaping mouths. Their spines deliver a neurotoxin causing intense pain, and their unchecked spread, populations growing 700% in the Caribbean since the 1990s, threatens biodiversity. A sudden jolt rocked the sub as a stonefish, Sinensia verrucosa, materialized on the seafloor, its warty, mottled body blending perfectly with the coral rubble. Known as the ocean's most venomous fish, its dorsal spines inject a toxin causing excruciating pain and potential death. Aria's sensors noted its ambush strategy. Lying motionless, it lures prey with a near-invisible presence, striking with lightning speed. A 2019 medical report documented 25% mortality in untreated stings, a stark reminder of its lethality. Deeper still, a frilled shark, Chlamydosalachus anguineus, slithered into view, its eel-like body undulating with prehistoric menace. At 2 meters, its 300 needle-like teeth, arranged in 25 rows, formed a jagged trap. Its reddish-brown skin and 6 gill slits gave it a serpentine, almost mythical appearance. Rarely seen, frilled sharks are living fossils, unchanged for 80 million years, per fossil records. They strike like snakes, coiling and lunging to seize squid or fish, their flexible jaws swallowing prey whole. The science of fear, adaptations and impact. These creatures' adaptations are as mind-blowing as they are terrifying. Humboldt squid wield chromatophores and bioluminescent for deception and coordination, their heads and beaks optimized for tearing flesh. Sharks' electroreception and acute olfaction make them unparalleled hunters, while their cartilage skeletons allow flexibility and speed. Lionfish and stonefish use venom as both defense and offense, their camouflage thwarting predators and prey alike. Frilled sharks, with their ancient anatomy, highlight the ocean's evolutionary depth. Yet, these predators are not invincible. Overfishing has reduced global shark populations by 70% since 1970, per a 2021 study, disrupting food webs. Humboldt squid face habitat shifts from warming oceans, pushing them into new territories. Invasive lionfish threaten reef ecosystems, while stonefish and frilled sharks, though resilient, are vulnerable to deep-sea trawling. Aria logged these threats, noting that human activity, pollution, climate change, and overexploitation endangers even the ocean's fiercest inhabitants. The ocean's unseen perils. Beyond creatures, the ocean itself is a danger. Aria's instruments registered rogue currents capable of dragging the Nautilus II off course, and her pressure gauges warned of the crushing 1000 plus atmospheres at these depths. Underwater volcanoes, like those she'd seen in the hadal zone, can trigger tsunamis, while hypoxic, dead zones from nutrient runoff suffocate marine life, covering 245,000 square kilometers globally, per a 2023 report. Shipwrecks and lost fishing gear entangle wildlife, and microplastics, detected even in the Mariana Trench, poison the food chain. As the Nautilus II ascended, Aria's screens glowed with images of flashing squid, circling sharks, and venomous spines. The ocean's dangers were a paradox, terrifying yet vital, their ferocity a testament to life's tenacity. These creatures, from the Humboldt's relentless packs to the stonefish's deadly stillness, were not just threats but guardians of a complex ecosystem. Aria felt a chill of awe and respect. The abyss was a place of beauty and terror, demanding caution and reverence in equal measure. Ascent to light. The Nautilus II thrummed softly as Aria Voss initiated its ascent from the mesopelagic zone, leaving behind the ocean's depths where Humboldt squid flashed like crimson phantoms and great white sharks prowled with silent menace. Her journey had taken her from the vibrant Great Barrier Reef to the hadal zone's volcanic vents, through Plankton's microscopic empires and the lairs of venomous lionfish and ancient frilled sharks. Each encounter had woven a tapestry of awe and urgency, revealing the ocean's beauty and its fragility. Now, as the sub climbed toward the surface, Aria carried a profound appreciation for the ocean's delicate balance and a resolve to advocate for its protection. Rising through the blue. At 2,000 meters, the inky blackness of the deep began to soften, transitioning to a twilight blue. Aria's instruments registered decreasing pressure, the sub's hull relaxing as the crushing weight of the abyss eased. Faint rays of sunlight filtered through the water, refracting into shimmering beams that danced across the cockpit's glass dome. Schools of lanternfish, their bioluminescent spots winking like stars, darted past, their silvery bodies catching the light. The ocean was transforming, no longer a realm of eternal night but a gradient of life and color. At 500 meters, the epipelagic zone emerged, alive with motion. A squadron of mackerel swirled in a glittering vortex, their scales flashing like polished silver. Aria's hydrophones picked up clicks and whistles. A pod of bottlenose dolphins appeared, their sleek, gray bodies arcing through the water with effortless grace. Their curved dorsal fins sliced the surface as they leaped, sunlight glinting off their wet skin, creating fleeting rainbows in the spray. Their playful spins and somersaults seemed a celebration of the ocean's vitality, their intelligence evident in their synchronized movements. A 2023 study noted dolphins' complex social structures, with pods using unique whistles as names for communication. As the Nautilus II broke the surface, the ocean exploded into a symphony of light and sound. The sun, a blazing orb low on the horizon, painted the waves in hues of gold and coral, its warmth flooding the cockpit. Water splashed against the sub's hull, frothing white and sparkling like diamonds scattered across a sapphire canvas. Above, gulls wheeled, their cries mingling with the rhythmic slap of waves. The dolphins continued their dance, leaping in joyous arcs, their bodies silhouetted against the sunrise. Aria opened a hatch, salt air rushing in, crisp and alive with the tang of the sea. The scene was a vivid reminder of the ocean's splendor, a world both resilient and perilously fragile. The ocean's fragility and our role. Aria's journey had laid bare the ocean's critical role in sustaining life. Covering 71% of Earth's surface, it produces 50 to 80% of the planet's oxygen via phytoplankton, absorbs 25% of CO2 emissions, and regulates climate through currents like the thermohaline circulation. Yet, this system is under siege. Coral reefs, like the Great Barrier Reef, face bleaching from temperature rises of just 1 degree Celsius, with 50% of reefs lost since the 1950s. Overfishing has depleted 70% of shark populations and 34% of global fisheries. Plastic pollution, 8 million tons annually, chokes wildlife, with microplastics found even in the Mariana Trench. Ocean acidification, up 30% since pre-industrial times, threatens shell-building organisms, while dead zones, spanning 245,000 square kilometers, suffocate marine life. Sustaining the ocean requires collective action, and Aria's data underscored solutions accessible to all. Reducing carbon footprints is critical. Individuals can switch to renewable energy, use public transport, or adopt plant-based diets, as livestock farming contributes 14.5% of greenhouse gas emissions, per a 2022 FAO report. Cutting plastic use, choosing reusable bags, bottles, and straws, curbs pollution. Recycling properly prevents 80% of marine plastics originating from land. Supporting sustainable seafood, certified by groups like the Marine Stewardship Council, helps preserve fish stocks. Beach cleanups, even small local efforts, remove tons of debris annually, while advocating for policies like marine protected areas, currently covering only 8% of oceans, expand safe havens for biodiversity. On a broader scale, supporting organizations like Ocean Conservancy or WWF funds restoration projects, such as mangrove replanting, which sequesters carbon 5 times more efficiently than terrestrial forests. Citizen science, like reporting marine sightings via apps like iNaturalist, aids research. Aria logged these actions in her mission report, knowing that individual efforts, multiplied globally, could tip the balance toward recovery. Education is key. Sharing knowledge about the ocean's role inspires others to act. Final wonders of the ocean. As Aria gazed at the sunlit waves, she reflected on the ocean's astonishing facts. It harbors 230,000 known species, with millions likely undiscovered, per a 2024 UNESCO estimate. Its deepest point, the Mariana Trench at 11,000 meters, is farther from sea level than Everest's peak. The ocean holds 97% of Earth's water, driving weather patterns and supporting 3 billion people through fisheries. Its coral reefs, though covering just 0.1% of the seafloor, support 25% of marine species. Hydrothermal vents, thriving without sunlight, hint at life's potential on moons like Europa. Only 25% of the seafloor is mapped in detail, leaving a vast frontier of mysteries, new species, ancient wrecks, and geological wonders, waiting to be explored. The ocean's resilience is matched by its vulnerability. A single plastic bottle takes 450 years to decompose, yet plankton blooms can cycle carbon in days. Blue whales, the largest animals ever, rely on tiny krill, while venomous stonefish blend seamlessly into reefs. This interplay of scale and survival, beauty and danger, left Aria humbled. The dolphin's leaps, the sun's golden rays, and the water's ceaseless rhythm were a call to action, a reminder that the ocean's pulse is humanity's own. As the Nautilus II docked with the research vessel, Aria stepped onto the deck, the horizon ablaze with the promise of a new day. Her journey had transformed her, forging a commitment to protect this blue heart of the planet. The ocean was not just a frontier but a legacy, its wonders and perils a shared responsibility. With every choice, every bag reused, every fish spared, every voice raised, she knew humanity could ensure its waves would crash, its dolphins would leap, and its mysteries would endure for generations to come. The end.